Hey, yo, what's game man players? It's your boy, Big Sharp Man, back out here on this Madden NFL 21 franchise mode. And we are here with game number 4 here on this 1 o'clock schedule for week number 4. Now, week 4 has been crazy so far because on the first 2 1 o'clock games, it was close games. But the third game wasn't even close, so now we're in game number 4 here. We're in game number 4 out of 10 games because there are 10 games in a 1 o'clock schedule. And in this matchup, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in at 2-1, looking to get the 3-1 on the season as they host the rookie Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers, who come in at 1-2. Hoping to bounce back because they lost. Well, they beat the Bengals in the opener, but then they lost to their rival Chiefs and then the Panthers back in week 3. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they're on a 2-game win streak. They lost to the Saints in the opener. Then they beat their division rival Panthers, and then they defeated the Denver Broncos back in week 3, who are currently now 0-4 on the season because Denver got destroyed by the New York Jets in that Thursday game to begin week 4. So we're going to see how Tampa Bay fares now, and we're going to see if they can get to 3-1 on the season as they get prepared for week number 5, because they begin week number 5 as the Bucs and Bears duke it out. It's probably not going to be a good matchup, but either the Bears can somehow get their first W, or maybe they be winless by that time, but we're going to see how everything rolls. But if Tampa Bay, either they get the 2-2 or they're 3-1 by the time they hit the week 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears will kick off week number 5 on this NFL season when we get there. But if you have not seen the rest of week 4, make sure to go check it out. If you haven't seen week 3, make sure to go check it out. If you haven't seen week 2, make sure to go check it out. And if you haven't seen week 1, make sure to go check it out so you guys will not miss anything that has been going on. So with that, let's head to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa to see what's going to happen. Can the Bucs get win number 3 after losing to their division rival Saints? Or can the Chargers somehow make an upset here and get themselves to 2-2 on the new campaign? We're about to find out right now. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts of the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up, lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers.
And as you saw the stats from Russell Grant, he played well against Denver.
Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get over.
All right, so the Buccaneers, they're going to kick it out to the Chargers to start the game. So the rookie Justin Herbert looking to bounce back off that terrible game against Carolina. We're gonna find out. We're underway from Tampa.
Both teams eyeing a really good start to get things
And the
going.
Chargers will begin their first drive at the 25-yard line. So here comes the offense for the Chargers, led by Justin Herbert, the rookie.
From Oregon, who was drafted number 6 overall, Justin Herbert.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game.
And here's Austin Eckler on the opening play. And Tampa Bay stops him immediately there.
No gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Herbert now on second down.
Herbert throwing, and that was complete. Hunter Henry with it. And he'll go down at the 32, which brings up 3rd and 3.
Playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coach.
Herbert, nobody's open. He'll go down.
Too much. Down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Wow, so nobody came open for Herbert to throw it, so the Chargers, they're going to punt it away. That was a terrible start there for Los Angeles.
Down and on his Ty Long to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
And Grant on a return. And he'll go down right at the 29 as the Bucs offense set to take over.
The Buccaneer offense taking the field with all eyes in the stadium glued to their quarterback in season number 21. His first, of course, in Tampa, the great Tom Brady.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, he got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that because otherwise that could come back and bite him.
Brady looking deep already, and wide open is Grant for the Buccaneer touchdown. A quick strike by Tom Brady. What happened defensively there? I have no clue.
In sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well.
Tom Brady was about to throw a short pass, but all of a sudden, he sees Russell Grant sprinting down the field.
They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Wow. A quick strike. 71-yard throw by Brady to Grant. And them two have been connecting so well. See, when you got a great quarterback like Brady, he knows how to throw the football. And the Chargers, they give up a 1-play touchdown defensively. So now they're going to have to get the ball back. Looking to do something offensively.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that?
And here's Austin Eckler. And he'll pick up a gain of only 5 yards on that one. So 2nd and 5.
Plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Herbert looking and open. It's Hunter Henry. And he'll go down inside the 40 to the 38.
Inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Herbert's going to throw again. Firing, and that was complete by Keenan Allen for a 1st down Chargers.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Los Angeles.
And Austin Eckler, and he only picks up a gain of 3 yards there.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Herbert throwing, and that one's incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen.
Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
Herbert, and he'll go down.
Back around the 35-yard line. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen
And that's the former Dolphin, Ndamukong Suh with the sack.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
What was Austin Eckler doing? All you got to do is just keep him blocked. But you're chasing after him when he's clearly about to hit the quarterback. So with that, the Chargers are going to go for a field goal.
A 52-yard attempt.
52-yard attempt on this one, and this one is good.
Down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Chargers 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take
Now that's some way to answer a touchdown scored against you. But you're still going to be trailing somehow. And now they're going to kick this one away. And this was going to be returned. Oh, and look at this. There he goes. Down the middle of the field. And he's got a Buccaneer touchdown.
Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep.
Calais just turned on the jet. I mean, nobody touched him.
As fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I do everything.
So instead of Tom Brady coming onto the field, his team scores on special teams. That's not good. If you give up a special teams touchdown, you're in trouble.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. From the goal line all the way to the other goal line on that one. A full 100-yard return on the kickoff.
And that is terrible if you're the Chargers giving up a touchdown like that.
Again, after the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded in the end zone.
And this one's not going to be returned. This one will end up as a touchback.
Return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. LA readies for its next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
Herbert throwing, and that was complete to Keenan Allen. And he gets the Chargers a 1st down.
Well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Herbert, and he'll go down.
He goes, a Buccaneer sack. credit the sack to Vita Vea. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his
And that's going to bring the first quarter to a close. Bucks 14 and the Chargers 3.
Chargers 3.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
2nd and 20. Herbert. Nobody's open, and he'll go down. Ndamukong Suh with the sack. His second in the game.
His second sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Herbert looking deep, and that one is knocked down and incomplete.
Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers.
So the Chargers, they're going to punt this one away, and Grant, he's going to let this one bounce into the end zone.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go.
And that one will end up as a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets.
And Brady's going to hand it off to Ronald Jones. And he'll go down at the 32 for a Buccaneers first. Now, before the game, Ronald Jones was talking to his coach, letting him know, you got to get me involved in this next game. And they get him involved that time. Again, a 12 yards.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep
And Jones. And he'll pick up only 2 yards there.
2 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 8 now.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Brady, and this was going to be incomplete.
Brady is incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Brady looking deep. Grant. And that one got tipped. Great defense there by the Chargers to knock that one away.
To me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that.
And the fair catch has been made right at the 34.
They come in bunches.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. There was a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right?
Herbert. And that one is dropped and incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen.
The headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Back to the air, Herbert on 2nd down.
Herbert, and he'll go down. And Ndamukong Suh with the sack. That's his 3rd in the game so far.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 3rd and long, it's Herbert.
Herbert, wide open. Keenan Allen for the Charger touchdown.
In for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again.
Now, what happened there? I have no clue.
That touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point is good, and now it's 14-10.
Now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Now that was a big play throw by Herbert as he gets his team into the end zone for the first time in this game. As Brady and the Bucs set for a drive number 4, I think.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
And here's McCoy. And the Chargers are right there to make that stop.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground.
And here's Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30, which brings up 3rd and 5.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Brady going to throw.
Brady's going to throw, and that's intercepted.
Desmond King picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
After the turnover, here's Herbert.
Herbert. And that's intercepted.
Picked off around the 41.
Shaquille Barrett with the pick. And remember, he had a fumble recovery for a touchdown in their game against Denver.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally,
Brady, he almost got hit as he fires, and that was going to be incomplete.
It's knocked away and incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw again, Brady.
Brady looking, and that one, he's going to throw this one away.
This one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Brady throwing for Ronald Jones, who's got it. And he'll pick up a Buccaneers 1st down.
3rd down conversion. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Now you think about
that was a nice throw there by Brady.
For a long time this offseason, the thought was that LA might be a leading contender to land his services, what with the new stadium opening and all. But in the end, the Chargers got their quarterback of the future in Justin Herbert. And
Brady end zone, Gronk, and he dropped it.
He was looking for Gronk that time, but
he had it in his hands.
It's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Brady, and he throws this one away.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down.
Brady throwing for Jones, and he's got it. And he'll go down right at the 1.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ronald Jones and the Chargers are there to make the stop.
Before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Brady throwing wide open. It's Jones for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Ronald Jones, as the first half is winding down, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something to
I bet Tom Brady was listening to his coach, letting him know, you got to get Ronald Jones involved. And he did just that.
And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point is good, and Tampa Bay leads 21-10.
In total 8 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So Pena set to get this one away.
Remaining in this first half as the kicks away.
And King's going to return this one.
And he's up across
And he'll go down at the 28-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
And Eckler, and he'll go down at the 33, which brings the first half to a close. Tampa Bay leads 21-10.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September.
Up next, we'll be in Miami as the 1-2 Dolphins get set to host the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks. Then we will be in Chicago as the Bears looking for win number 1 as they host Phillip Rivers and the 1-2 Colts.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Now that play right there, that was on their first play of the game. That was the first play of this ball game, where Brady threw it downfield to Grant for the touchdown. And they will have the ball now with the lead.
As the second half is underway.
And Calais, remember, he had a return for a touchdown. This time it will take a knee.
To start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
Brady throwing on the first play, and he finds Grant. And he goes down for a gain of 8 yards at the 33.
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the
Brady looking, and he throws this one out of bounds, and that one will be incomplete.
I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Ronald Jones looking to pick up the first, and He will only be stopped short of the first by only a yard.
That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what.
And Brady, he's going to go for this thing on 4th down.
Prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball.
Brady, and open, and that's complete. Howard, and he's loose. And he takes this all the way to the 12-yard line.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Here's Jones, and he'll go down right at the 8-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a
Brady throwing for Evans, and he completes it. And he'll go down at the 3. And now Tom Brady is in the 1,000-yard mark this season. But it's going to take him a long time to try to catch up.
Each and every time. Now paired with the prolific Tom Brady, those numbers could really jump.
Brady to throw on 3rd.
Brady end zone. Gronk almost caught it one-handed.
I think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Jones, and he'll go down at the 1-yard line.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Didn't quite get the touchdown, but now they're really knocking on the door.
And if you're the play caller, now you're thinking to yourself, what is your sequence? Because you're not just thinking one play here just in case. You're looking ahead as well. I wonder if he's just thinking 3 power plays.
Brady end zone. Gronk, and he dropped it again. Wow.
Gronkowski, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Brady throwing. Jones. Touchdown Buccaneers.
Touchdown Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise.
So here's the extra point, and this one is good to extend the lead to 28-10.
To pull away a little bit, things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
And the Bucs have to kick this one off. And this one's not going to be returned, so this one will end up as a touchback.
So we will start here at the 25.
And here's Justin Herbert.
Back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. Well, what can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins, we talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over?
Herbert, nobody's open. He's brought down. Vita Vea with sack number 2.
For this offensive line, it appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, Herbert.
Herbert looking, and that was complete to Mike Williams.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
When I watched Mike Williams play receiver at Clemson, one of the things I was drawn to, his toughness. This is a guy who took some big-time hits out in the field as the #1 receiver and kept finding ways to make plays.
And Herbert, he fumbled. And the Buccaneers pick it up. Oh my goodness, that is bad if you're the Chargers. You give up the football, and then now Brady and the guys have the ball again.
Quarterback has to do act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And here's Jones, and look at Jones. And he'll go down at the 4-yard line. They are really getting him involved in this game. How about it?
Through the air, I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the gun, it's Brady.
Brady now, and he'll go down. Cameron Allen picks up his first sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Brady, nobody's open. He'll go down again. And Cameron Allen picks up his 2nd sack already. So it seemed like to me the Chargers haven't sacked Brady all first half, but they get 2 so far here in the second half.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Brady now on 3rd and goal.
Brady looking end zone. Grant. And that was going to be incomplete. He couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
To the ground and brings up 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
So the field goal now on for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they put this one in.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Buccaneers 31, Chargers 10.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And King's going to return this one. And he'll go down at the 23 as his Chargers set to take over.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Herbert, and he'll go down. A.J. O'Quinn picks up his first sacks in the game. And that is 9 for him on the year.
Cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
Herbert looking Allen, and that's incomplete. He was double covered. They couldn't do it. He couldn't catch it, so 3rd down.
The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit.
Herbert throwing for Allen, and he completes it. But that's not going to get anything.
This entire game.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And Grant on a return. And he'll go down at the 32-yard line.
The offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Brady to throw.
Brady looking, and he throws this one away.
Toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover,
Brady looking for Gronk downfield, and that's incomplete.
Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
James on the coverage.
Shotgun now for Brady.
Brady, nobody's open again. He takes a shot for Gronk, and again incomplete. He cannot find Gronk in this game. I don't know what's going on.
Would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
And King, he's going to let this one bounce, and this one's going to be down at the 4.
Marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Herbert throwing, and Allen's got it.
10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
1st down, Chargers.
Operating from the gun. Herbert.
Herbert looking, Hunter Henry, and he dropped it.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Herbert gets hit as he throws, and that's intercepted.
Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get
Brady looking end zone, and that's picked off.
Intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
Herbert looking for Allen downfield, and he's got it.
35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week.
1st and 10. Herbert will go down.
Down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
A.J. O'Quinn picks up the sack, and they're gonna go fast here as Herbert looking for the end zone, and that's intercepted. Sean Murphy Bunting with his 2nd interception, and that should just about seal it.
Charles, that's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way.
And here's Jones.
A pretty darn good quarterback along
And he'll go down at the 22-yard line as the clock will continue to run.
Manning through 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Brady looking wide open is Gronk. He finally connects with Gronkowski in this game.
They give him a gain of 38.
Yeah, no let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And here's Jones. And he'll go down at the 33-yard line for a gain of only 7.
To set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to
Brady looking again, fires for Gronk, and he's got it. How did Gronk catch that? The defender was right there.
Give him 32 on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Look at that. He caught that football, and then he got tripped.
It's been confidence because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Brady end zone. Grant for the touchdown.
A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
They are showing no sportsmanship for the LA Chargers. How about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point is good, and now it's 38-10.
To extend the lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
How about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They played a great game, and it's going to come out victorious. As Tampa Bay, they're going to go to 3-1 on the new campaign with a 38-10 win at home.
Fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished.
Tom Brady, his great nights continues. 4 touchdown passes with only 2 interceptions. He played well. So did that Bucs team. And they got Ronald Jones involved. So I hope what happens with him and the coach.
Whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Buccaneers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brent.
Well, I can say now the Chargers are in trouble because with this loss to Tampa, now they're going to have to go to New Orleans to somehow get a dub as they face another team in the NFC South, as they will head to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints, while the Buccaneers, as I said before the game started, they will be in Chicago as Week 5 begins with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. But what a game for Tampa Bay, blowing out the Chargers, dominating the second half. As you can see, Tom Brady, another good game. He gets over the 1,000-yard mark. He threw for 238 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Herbert, he did play his good game. He threw for 239 yards, only threw 1 touchdown, but threw 3 interceptions. He's got to fix that somehow. Here's the ground game. Ronald Jones, he promised that he was going to get involved, and he did. He ran He got the ball 10 times for only 50 yards, so he didn't run well. But it was the passing game for him that got him involved. You can see Keenan Allen, 6 catches, 177 yards, and a touchdown. You can see Russell Grant. He usually gets over 100 yards, but this time he didn't get over 100 yards. He only got to 80 yards in this one. That was only because they was getting Ronald Jones involved, so you could give him some credit. But he did have 2 touchdowns. You can see Gronk caught the ball twice for 70 yards. The tight end Howard caught the ball for 54 yards. Hunter Henry, 2 catches, 40 yards. As I said, Ronald Jones caught the ball 4 times for 29 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams caught the ball once for 22 yards, and Mike Evans caught it 1 time for 5 yards. But Tampa Bay's playing really well so far this season. They have not lost since the season opener against New Orleans, as they'll move to 3-1 on the season, while the Chargers dropped to a falling 1-3. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And the next game will be in Miami, as the 1-2 Dolphins looking to complete the upset as they host Russell Wilson and the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks.